funny guy. Ladies and gentlemen, start clapping up for Robert F. Peterson.
I really like how she lowered the mic for me. That's a good confidence boost. So, going into college, you guys are going to get to know me very intimately right now. Going into college, I was a virgin, which meant in high school I was a virgin, because you can't have sex and claim you're a virgin unless your name is Mary. Thank you. But me and the Virgin Mary have something else in common. You know, she needed divine intervention to make sure that she could have a child without having sex. And I needed divine intervention for any girl to ever talk to me, ever. Because I had long red hair, and shoulder length, and I had the body of a pregnant woman. That's another thing we had in common. So most girls weren't about that. But a lot of guidance counselors were confused. So they'd come up to me and say, you know, you're not in this alone. I'd be like, well, I can't get pregnant. And they say, we know. This isn't a pamphlet for abortion. It's for fat camp. So it was tough. When you go to college, you know, a lot of guys like to talk about sex and sports. Those are usually, when sex and sports are in the same sentence, it's usually only around guys, which is weird. But it was tough for me because they would exchange stories and I had nothing. And this one story, this one guy came up, he's like, bro, yo, I was on the beach, right? I was kicking it with this shorty. And she came up to me and was like, hell, let's hang out. Go back to my place. We'll drink a little bit, we'll hang out. I have crabs, we'll make some dinner. So I was like, yo, let's go. But this broad was dumb, bro. She had lobster, not crabs. But yo, lobster must be an Aphrodite. Let me stop for a second. When I went to, it was obviously aphrodisiac. However, we went to a state school, and his nickname was Stonianta. So you're probably not dealing with the best and brightest, right? So he goes, bro, it was an Aphrodite. And we banged all night, bro. But right after that, my shit was all red and itchy. She had crabs. So I had to figure out my place here in this group of friends because they already had a virgin. And I saw the way they treated him and I was like, nope, not that. And I'm not gay, so I made the choice to be straight because as everyone knows, that's a choice, according to Republicans, right? So I made the choice to be straight. I think it's weird that sometimes they think it's like going into an ice cream shop and choosing between rainbow sprinkles and chocolate sprinkles. But if you choose rainbow sprinkles, the entire southern part of the country fucking hates you. Actually, it's probably the same for chocolate, too. Not me! I'm from fucking New York! And I couldn't be the straight edge, like, Catholic kid because you need to build a story with that. And I wasn't religious growing up. And I wasn't an altar boy, which I think is a huge part of this. And you know I wasn't an altar boy because I was a virgin in college. Ouch. Take that. So I had to try and think of excuses to get out of this conversation. It would eventually get to me. And I'd have to think of something. I'd be like, well, it is college, so see you later, guys. I got to go to class. And I'd sneak out. And then one time I was right at the door. My friend goes, dude, it's 9 o'clock on a Friday. I was like, when else would an astrology class be? So what I would do then is I would walk to my room and I'd play some Guitar Hero. Because apparently it was my goal in college to not get laid. And I'm here telling you now, if you want to follow your goals, and if you really try hard and play a lot of Guitar Hero, it'll come true, and you'll meet those goals. Because I didn't get laid in college. My name is Robert F. Peterson. Thank you very much.
Give it up for Robert F. Peterson. Woo!